All right, well, there's a step-by-step process here that I'm going to kind of walk you through for best practices in navigating through the federal job search. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for you to study the vacancy announcement. That one was 14 pages. It's 14 pages long. So, and I get tired reading them, frankly. So read it 3 times is my general rules. Read the vacancy announcement 3 times. Underline it, mark it up, extract the most important pieces to it. Find the area that talks about specialized experience and or education or how you get qualified for the position, because that's key. Even if it would be incredibly obvious that you were qualified for a position based on, let's say, some of your experiences or some of your work history, if you don't explicitly state that in your federal resume, they're not going to be able to qualify you for it. So study the vacancy with a key to looking at what is it that they're going to be looking for in that specialized experience. You want to definitely also look for who may be considered. Again, it could say this position, this vacancy is only for permanent employees, people with permanent status or status vacancies. So take a look and make sure. Now in USA Jobs, you can search for public vacancies, and so that's where you need to be spending the majority of your time. Look at the open period and the deadline. When the deadline is over, it's over. Now, some people will say, well, should I, in the private sector, people say, I want to get my resume in quickly because I want to be the first one, and that might show some initiative or that I'm on the ball. Well, in the federal government, not necessarily so, because guess what? The hiring people, they're not going to see it until that process is over. It's just the HR specialist, and they don't care what order they get them in, because they're applying a regimented process to review. So take your time, but definitely get it in before the deadline, obviously. One of the things that you need to remember is that when you put together your position and you're trying to submit your application, be attentive to whether or not it's Eastern Standard Time closing date as opposed to Central Standing Time. And sadly, I was working with someone who was waiting till the last hour, and that hour made all the difference. The posting was closed by the time she got there, because she literally was working up to the minute. So as a general rule, I would encourage you to try to give yourself a deadline the day before, if at all possible. Looking at duties and qualifications, and certainly in how to apply. Reading the duties 3 times and highlighting keywords. So what you see on the screen is kind of what I extracted from the financial institution specialist position.